better buckle up for this one. One team already ranked in the top 25, the other sitting just on the cusp and trying to prove a point in this one. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Badgers will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He will score. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll leave it with him. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Smith dropping to pass. Got his man quickly. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. The hand to the running back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll try it over the left side. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Quick completion on the out. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, you get the completion, and now it's decision time for the head coach, right? This is a massive one, too. 4th and short on your own end of the field. What do you do?
The kick is on its way. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Takes the handoff. It's Marshall. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
They'll try the right side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling offensive linemen the hog mollies. And Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
First down for this offense. Sends it back in motion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Berry. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Here comes the offense on first down. Pulls and throws on the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Now the play fake. And they fail to hook up on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
They punted away on fourth down. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. They're working that left side. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Caught in the backfield, it's Glenn. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Looking for space, it's Marshall. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Badgers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Smith wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Glenn. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They'll run the screen.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The Badgers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged out of the air. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
That's a good-looking throw, and I know when we talk Wisconsin offense, we're always talking about running backs, but they've seen their fair share of QBs too. Darren Bevel back in my day, Scott Tolzien had some success, and then, of course, Russell Wilson also. This guy right now in this game, he needs to get himself into a rhythm, and if he gets there, he's dangerous.
Gonna run it. It's Ford. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. Smith dropping to pass. Finds his tight end. Fights off a defender. Oh, and what a move. What a juke, and he makes it past the marker.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
And the Badgers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll throw it from the red zone. And that one's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Smith wants to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
And how about this defense? Not getting frustrated. They've given up a bunch of yards. You're down in your scoring area, but nice job bowing your neck on third down, forcing the fourth down, not getting frustrated. Good job focusing by this defense.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Platt. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
On the run, it's Marshall. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Let's go. From the gun, wants to pass. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Wisconsin offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Smith dropping to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, the power run here. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Badgers will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets it out quickly. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run. Now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
The Badgers have this offense rolling. From the shotgun, they'll run it. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. As much a part of Wisconsin as cheese and brats feed that running back for first downs.
It's crazy, Reese. They don't find the most highly recruited guys, but they find tailbacks who are dudes. And Ron Dane to Jonathan Taylor to whoever it is, they always find a bell cow running back at the University of Wisconsin.
Smith wants to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Ford. Plows through the defense. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
And the Badgers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Glenn. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
It's a bang-bang play. Running a slant. The DB's draped all over the wide receiver. He's got to make a contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
The Badgers have it with a 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll leave it with the lone back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Smith dropping to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
you've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Badger.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got the first down and still on his feet. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Connection to the right. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
How nice is it for the quarterback knowing he's got a tight end that can get down the field vertically on the corner route? You know, if you just put it anywhere near this guy with his long arms, he's going to pluck the football. He did it right there.
The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Still running at the 40. Breaks into the open. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all away. Touchdown, Arkansas!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ballgame. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Smith wants to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Connors. He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. And the Badgers moving quickly to the line. They'll give it to the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Out of the gun, the give to the back.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Shows him the stiff arm. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Throws to the wideout. And wings it incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw on first down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Going over the top. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Smith dropping to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Badgers will run it away on 4th down. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Send that offense back onto the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Well, a great job by the quarterback understanding where the pressure was coming from and understanding where his outlet was. And David, you know, it's demoralizing, I expect, from a defensive standpoint when you think you've dialed up the blitz and you think you're getting home.
Yeah, and you're doing what you can to try to pressure the QB, and you're bringing extra guys, but sometimes that comes at a sacrifice, and you can see he got the matchup he wanted, took advantage of it, didn't get flustered. That was the biggest thing. Like most QBs, sometimes when that blitz comes, they'll get flustered really quickly and make a bad decision. He stayed calm, made the right read, made the right decision.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? On the run, it's Marshall. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got an open man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance. And when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking. They get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a WooPigDixie.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter.
Man, so many more times we're going to say go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. He's stopped after picking up 1 to the 23. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Smith wants to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, this offensive line knew they had a huge challenge coming into this game because the defense registered 6 sacks there last time out. They knew that they were going to have to win some one-on-ones up front. They finally lost the battle on that last play, though. That was the first sack they've allowed in this game.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Greg.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
The play action fake. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Smith dropping to pass. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. They'll get the punt out of there, and it'll be marked down just outside the opponent's 45.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you could tell they caught up with them to force the fumble.
Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Marshall. Wait, a defender missed. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they got it on the 22.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now, 1st and goal.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch him, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
We reached the break. Arkansas has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll keep it himself. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. Getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Nebraska is ahead early in Lincoln, but that's not exactly Mike Rozier out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by a field goal over the Red Hawks of Miami. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Smith wants to throw. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders. You're in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He wants to throw it. Flips it out on the screen. He stopped just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. Needed more to move the sticks. It'll be 4th down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving the stadium with it.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for room. It's Paul. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You got the lead here late in the game. You got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
The option look. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
He's got it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Touchdown, Arkansas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
At the 35, he's loose. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Get as far as you can and then get down. Don't take that hit. The Badgers want to move quickly.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the sliding hand. Don't take a big shot.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down. Smith dropping to pass. Spits it out to the back. That's caught. It's 4. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day. They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Handoff from the gun. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fakes to grab. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. And the Badgers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it in the middle. It's Connors. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Smith wants to throw. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Fitted in the window for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it, and I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch, huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Number 49, set to kick this one away.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
But watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Powers through the defender. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. If they can pick up a yard here on 2nd down, that might put this one in the books. On the move, it's Marshall. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense, because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game. So you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
They snap it to the other end. He'll try to run for it. He stopped way short of the first down. They tried the fake, and no one was fooled. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Smith dropping to pass. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Guys, this is a really good win for this.